All right, welcome back, everyone. Dirt Racing Network live coverage of the Dirty Old Bastards 360 Wingless Series presented by Pauken's Custom Tailgate Games. I got about 28 Wingless 360s checked in here at the dirt track at Charlotte. We are going to get ready. Put these guys in qualifying. We know they've cut it down to around 4 heat races when they have enough cars, and they're going to bring the top 4 in. And then find the rest of the field out of their B main. Welcome back to those who tuned in to the Wicked Energy Gum Northwest Focus Midget Series presented by Cognitive Warriors. Saw a great race. If you didn't tune in for that, well, welcome in for this one. Hang out with us, enjoy yourselves. Final show for Wingless Wednesdays right here. Don't forget, tomorrow night, triple header Thursday Dirt Slingers from Eldora with the Thursday Thunder Series presented by Tim's Dirt Track Sims, Howard Johnson's of Lima, Ohio, and General Tires. And then immediately following them, going to be back-to-back shows from the Dirty Old Bastards Wicked Cushion 410 Outlaw Series. They are right back here at the dirt track at Charlotte for that. Time is about to run out on us right here. 29 cars officially have checked in. And we'll get ready for our national anthem.
We take you down onto the track for our opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please remove your hats.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous flight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
All right, fantastic rendition of our national anthem. As you can see, qualifying riding down. A few cars still on track. Heileman, the Hulk on the top of the pylon. Tyson Landis, Vinny Sanzone, and Tyler Silva. Right now, your 4 quick qualifiers. They should have pole position in their respective heat races. Coy Pennington still on track. Going to qualify in the 10th position right there. Should be our last qualifier. Heat race number 1, gridding out on the front stretch. Looking like we're going to have 3 heat races on tap for you tonight, guys. And a big change is Coy Pennington going to be on the pole from the 10th position in the first heat race. That I can't even do the math in my head right now. But you see the 321 machine of Coy Pennington on the pole, and 2 is outside, going to be the 112. That's Todd Brandt. Row 2 on the inside, Tyler Silva, the 317. You saw Silva in the last one. Good run for him. Brought it home in the 3rd spot in the midget a little while ago. On is outside the Hulk, David Heileman, the 49 machine. Chris Roberts is going to start the 93 inside row number 3 with Kevin Click, the 25 on his outside. Jeff Stewart, The 72 machine inside row number 4, and Peyton Grease in the 292 on the outside and in the back row. Brandon Igo on the inside with Jason Randolph on his outside. That's the 67 and 47 respectively. 10 cars looking to transfer 4 spots. I've been handed the standings for this one, and right now, after 4 weeks, Rusty Kruger with a 21-point lead over Chris Roberts, and David Heileman 64 markers back. Stephen Hill 79 back in 4th, and Todd LeBeau rounding out your top 5, 108 markers back of Rusty Kruger. So that's setting up your points battle right now. This is week number 5 of the series. Guys, likes and shares. I appreciate everybody tuning back in. If you missed the first show, you missed a heck of a race. Be ready to watch. These guys are going to go green off turn number 4 this next time by with Pennington and Brandt on the front row. Likes, shares, give us a follow if you haven't already. If you're watching anywhere but Dirt Racing Network on YouTube, jump over here and give us that, or follow us where you're at from all of our streaming services, Twitch, YouTube, all the channels on Facebook. Appreciate each and every one of you turning in every night. 9 races in 5 nights. We bring it all live right here on the Dirt Racing Network. And heat race number 1 underway. And Coy Pennington, man, did he take off like he was shot out of a cannon right there. And he goes straight out to the lead. Going to hang on to the top spot over Tyler Silva. Todd Brandt now. David Heileman, the Hulk, down on the bottom. Oh, the leader into the outside wall. And Pennington, we got to go get a look at that one. Pennington rocketed off into the lead, and he goes down the second time around. And he is going to take it right up and right over the cushion into the outside wall. And then he gets hit from behind, and I want to say maybe that was Stewart that got him. Yes, it was. So it looks like everybody maybe going to be able to continue. But some shakeups at the front. Let these guys kind of get things sorted out. Looks like Silva, Heileman, and Roberts Brandt going to be our top 4 right now. Click, Grease, Igo, Randolph, Stewart, and Pennigan are rounding out that field. Thanks for tuning in from all over the place, guys. Man, that is awesome. Wisconsin, Texas. I saw Washington up there a little bit ago. Appreciate it, guys. Spread the word. We are making it global now. Appreciate each and every one of you guys tuning in with us. Hope you enjoy the show each and every night. Wrapping up Wingless Wednesdays right here with the Pauken's Custom Tailgate Games 360 Wingless Series. Triple header Thursday, the end of the week for us. I know on Friday I will be down Mesquite, Texas with the World Outlaws at Devilsville Speedway. If you're going to be down around there, send me a private message. Let me know. Maybe have an opportunity to shake hands, say hi, get a cold beverage, to do something at the track. But right now we're going back to green, halfway point right here. Silva off the point, and he's going to have his hands full of the Hulk. And David Heileman, the 49 machine, right there off the bottom side, and he's got traction and momentum. And David Heileman brings the Napa Auto Parts 49 machine to the front temporarily, but Silva able to cross back under and take it back at the line. Right now, Chris Roberts hanging on to 3rd, Todd Brandt in 4th. Kevin Click lurking in the 5th spot, trying to get a transfer spot away from Brandt. Oh, Heileman got around Silva, and Silva was way out of shape, and he falls to Chris Roberts. He's going to go back to 3rd and be in the clutches of Brandt. Watch on the top side. That's Peyton Grease, the 292, the silver, black, and yellow machine, working his way around the top side. Finding the momentum. He's going to be around Click at the line. Got his sights set on that green and black machine of Brandt. He wants to get a transfer spot. 2 to go right there, but Heileman coming off turn number 4. He's going to see the white flag. 1 to go for him. Chris Roberts, Tyler Silva battling it out for 2nd and 3rd right here. Kevin Click hanging on to the 4th spot. Peyton Grease went up high, a little contact there, and that puts Click into the outside wall. Peyton Grease is going to come home with the spot, it looks like. It's Heileman, Silva, Roberts, and Peyton Grease does hang on to that 4th spot after the contact. So Brent, Igo, Stewart, Pennington, Click, and Randolph all headed into the alphabet soup. A little late race shenanigans right there, and I don't think it was intentional. I think they just got in there pretty hot and heavy together, and a little bit of contact, and that is probably not going to make the driver of the 25 car very happy. But we move on. Heat race number 2 on the grid. The Mode Media House number 9 of Justin Thomas on the pole. 2 is outside. Top Gun Motorsports driver number 72, Brad Faria. Inside of row number 2, going to be Swindell Speed Labs number 211 of James Eden. Is on his outside. The Wicked Relief gun with CBD. Team setting number 31 of Tyson Landis. Row 3 on the inside. The Next Gen Fab number 59 of Mark Pinsky. And 2 is outside. The Team setting Wicked Cushion number 27 of Stephen Hill. Row 4 inside. Another Swindell Speed Labs machine. That's the 5K. Rusty Kruger. And on his outside, Tim Burner drives the 19 car. And on the back row, on the inside, Anthony Marvalijo in that 238 machine. With Team SETI Wicked Cushion driver number 92, Mike Keegan on his outside. 10 cars, 10 more laps, top 4 to the A main. Everybody else, consolation races for the night. Yeah, Tyler, I've been going there for a lot of years, and I really like Devil's Bowl Speedway. I used to like to go to Cowtown too, but I like the Devil's Bowl Speedway. Folks there are really good. I've met with them several times, and I really enjoy myself when I do go there. So I'm hoping for a great show this weekend. I hope they either do a double show on Friday, or maybe they think that rain's going to pass and we're going to get a Friday and a Saturday in, and we're not going to have to cancel Saturday or postpone it, reschedule it, whatever it is, because I'm really looking forward to this weekend's racing. Hopefully I get to see my good buddy Matt Henninger down there. Supposed to be there with some of his new drivers in his marketing service. But right now, Heat Race 2 on the track. Thomas and Faria on the front row. 10 more laps. Going to move 4 more to the A main. And the green flag is out. Brad Faria asleep at the wheel, and he's going to go from outside of row 1. And whoa! Here we go. It must be something about Charlotte and these forever slide jobs. Right now at the front, Justin Thomas is holding off James Eden's Rusty Kruger in third, and Stephen Hill sitting in the 4th spot with Brad Faria right behind that. Keegan Burner, Marvalijo, Pinsky, and Landis rounding out the field. Pinsky was the one that threw that massive slide job that did not work out at all, and he has put a bunch of cars way back off the pace. But James Eden's around Justin Thomas at the front, but Thomas with the crossover and all the drive down the backstretch off the bottom moves him back to the point in 3 and 4, and he's going to hold that when we get to the line to complete lap number 3. Kruger's still sitting in third. He and Stephen Hill. Stephen Hill went to the top side and he made a bid for that spot, and they're going to drag race it right there. We're going to keep our eye on Stephen Hill. Got just a little out of shape going into that corner. Not done fighting just yet, and these two almost touching tires going into turn 1. Hill now holding on to the 3rd spot, and Kruger on the bubble. But he throws the slide job up high, and Hill crosses over. That's letting Faria keep his nose in this, and at some point, Brad Faria is going to have to make a choice. Oh, he made a choice to die on the implement tire right there, and I'm not sure it was a choice. I think it was a lack of options, and I am going to go back and see how far in the air that car went, because he hit that thing pretty square. That car caught grip right there and shot him across that. Oh, big flip. Not sure that's good for the suspension, especially on the right rear. But he brings out our caution in this one. And we'll get up here to the front. It's going to be Thomas, Edens, Kruger, Hill, your top 4. Keegan, Burner, Landis, Marvalijo, Pinsky, and Faria are rounding out the field. Brad Faria able to continue. Maybe not as much damage on that car as I expected. Where out in the Midwest, Kevin? Going to watch our pace truck. Make sure that the lights go off. Still on this time. We're going to be coming right here off of turn number 4 onto the front stretch. If the lights go off this time, we're going to get a one-lap shootout. If they do not, we will finish this one behind the pace truck, and it looks like the lights have clicked off. So we will have a one-lap shootout, and that always triggers us to go back and watch the final transfer spot. Thomas out front, Eden second, Hill third. We're going to watch Rusty Kruger, that blue and white machine that is blinking right there. He's the car on the bubble. If he gets bumped out of that spot, he's got to go to the soup. Mike Keegan right behind him, going to try to take that spot. He'd rather transfer straight to the A main than have to deal with the possibility of getting knocked out in the consolation race. But Justin Thomas on the throttle, green flag back in the air. 1 lap to go. Kruger stretched it out a little bit. He goes to the high side. Top 3 right there. Mike Keegan now hanging on to that 4th spot as Rusty Kruger's car has vanished from sight. And it's going to be Edens, Thomas, Hill, and Keegan making their way through into the feature straight from our heat race. Penske, Kruger, Marvalijo, Landis, Faria, and Berner all going to the consolation races. Kruger's car vanished heading down the backstretch and did not reappear, so iRacing does not know where to place you. They're going to place you at the back. Our final heat race, gridding out on the front stretch. 9 cars scheduled in this one. And on the pole, the Supermoon, number 901 of Joe Quinn to his outside. The Andes, Frozen Custard, number 94, Todd LeBeau. Row 2 on the inside. The Hey Dude, number 210 of the Dirt Track Terror, James Tiernan. On his outside, the Supermoon, number 080 of Vinny Sansone. Row 3 inside. The Wicked Energy, number 84, Billy Rowley. And to his outside, Bo Brunning. In the Mountain Dew, number 50. Row 4 inside. The Wicked Cushion Team Setting, number 38 of Brett Strickler. And to his outside, another Wicked Cushion machine. That's the 77 of Aaron Schaefer. And on the back row by himself in the number 51, that's going to be Jeremy Zarfus. Welcome in, guys. Likes and shares. Follow us, please. Appreciate that greatly. No matter where you're at, follow, subscribe, whatever it is. Enjoy the show. This is our final heat race for the 360 wingless cars right here. Get ready to move into our consolation race and then to our 35-lap A main. These guys clipping through this one pretty quickly tonight. Quinn and LeBeau off the front row, going to bring us to green this time. Green flag in the air. Quinn with a good jump, and he brings James Tiernan right with him off that inside road. Tiernan never one afraid to put his foot down on the gas pedal, and he goes straight to position number 1. Put Tiernan out in front. LeBeau is second. Quinn is third. Billy Rowley right there, the red machine. That is your 4th place car right now. But Vinny Sansone on the top side, the orange and blue machine, making a bid to take the transfer spot away from Billy Rowley. Oh, contact, and there goes Sansone on a violent ride. That car still tumbling. Go back and watch these two right here. Little right rear, little left rear, I think, is what really kind of started this down here on the front stretch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, about 8, 9, 10. Yeah, let's just throw about 3 more in there for good measure. It's about 13 flips. A good ride on the Vomit Comet. He's going to have to clean out his helmet, his shorts, his T-shirt, and everything else when he gets out of that one. Probably going to need some Advil or some goodies, too. Somebody be waiting in the pits with that. That car absolutely destroyed. So Sansone going to get that thing put back together. He's going to come back through the consolation races right now. Tiernan, LeBeau, Quinn, Strickler, your top 4. Running Schaefer, Zarfos, and Rowley rounding out the field. Yeah, that one cost just a little more than that, I think. That was a pretty violent impact. And a whole lot of rolls and flips and just parts everywhere. Looks like we're going to have 4 to go when we go back to the green this time. Tiernan and off of the point, LeBeau and Quinn. Strickler, your final transfer car. Try to keep our eyes on the 38 machine, the pink tail tanked vehicle right here for the last couple of laps because he's going to have his hands full. Bo running right there. Oh, and out of shape is Strickler. He collects running. And these two, we saw it happen live right there. Strickler's car jumped to the left. And it clipped Brunning as Brunning was trying to go up the inside. That turned both cars around. Not a lot of heavy contact with anything. It looks like they're both going to be able to continue. But I do not feel like we are going to go back to green in this one. I think we're going to see James Tiernan, Todd LeBeau, Joe Quinn, and Aaron Schaefer. Or maybe Jeremy Zarfos, depending on now. It's going to be Aaron Schaefer transferring through into our A main. So that's going to put 12 cars in there. With 2 laps to go here, we will make sure. It looks like the lights are still on the pace truck. So we will be finishing this one behind the safety vehicle, and it will be Tiernan, LeBeau, Quinn, and Schaefer transferring through, with Zarfas, Rowley running Strickler and Sansone getting ready to jump into our C main tonight and try to work their way into the A main.
Two cars have answered from the C to the B. Should be 6. Yes, sir.
All right, confirmation from race control. True car is going to transfer out of the C into the back of the B, and we're going to take 6 out of that B main, put them with the 12 that are qualifying through from the heat races. We're going to put 18 360 wingless sprint cars out here for 35 laps. And we'll get ready to start the consolation races any moment. C-Main time. 10 laps. Top 2. Moving on. Everybody else going to pack it up and move on out and head home. On the pole, the 50 machine. Bo running to his outside. Coy Pennington in the 321. Last time we saw Pennington on the front row, he promptly took it like a rocket down the front stretch off of turn 2 down into turn 3 and put it in the outside fence. So we'll see how he does in this one. Tyson Landis, the 31 machine, inside row number 2 with Brett Strickler, the 38 on his outside. Row 3 inside, Kevin Click, the 25, the 72, Brad Faria on the outside. In row 4, we see Vinny Sansone after his violent ride in his heat race. The 080 machine inside of row number 4, and Jason Randolph, the 47 car, on his outside. And Tim Burner going to start inside of row number 5, all by his lonesome. I'm sure he'll be able to pick whichever line he wants. There's nobody to block him from trying to start on the high side, but we're going to have 9 cars. We're going to keep 2. 7 cars going to be finished for the night. Several heavy hitters in this one. Brunning's in here. Pennington, Landis, Strickler, Click, Faria, Sansone, Randolph, Burner. And not our typical C main. But we're going to watch them for 10 laps and see who is going to transfer through. Again, appreciate everybody being here, guys. Always a pleasure. Hope everybody enjoys the shows each night. Our final show for Wingless Wednesdays. We are in our C main. Going to move on to the B main and give you guys a little bit of a warm-up session. Put 35 laps on the board and bring 18 cars out here for our feature race to wrap up the night. Hopefully the hiccups won't overtake me like they did late last night. That was ridiculous. On the gas, Bo Brunning, and a green flag in the air. Pennington trying to hold Landis on the bottom right there, and they better watch the top side because Strickler has the car wound up, and he is closing the gap quickly. Pennington forced it inside, 3 wide off turn number 4. That's going to put Pennington to P1. Strickler was P2 right there. We'll keep our eyes right here on Strickler. He is high, wide, and handsome right now, trying to run that momentum line. See if he can come off the top of turn 4, maybe make a run at Pennington. But Pennington's car very strong off the bottom. Bo Brunning, Tyson Landis back here battling for third and fourth. Brad Faria in that little bit of contact there. That's going to slow all those guys up. Let Vinny Sansone work down to the inside into the 4th spot. Coy Pennington now 0.6 of a second ahead. Brett Strickler. Strickler working the high side. Oh, and once again, Coy Pennington finding nothing but trouble. Couldn't do it on the high side in his heat race. Couldn't do it on the low side in the C-Main. He's going to find an implement tire right down here in turn number 2. And a little sideways, got a lot of grip, and the car flattened out. Left front sucked over one and pulled him into the next one. And that's going to put the 321 car on the trailer for a second time. Our first retiree of the night. And that hands the lead over to the 38 machine of Brett Strickler, with Bo Brunning sitting in second, Tyson Landis in third, Vinny Sansone fourth, Kevin Click, Tim Burner, Brad Faria, and Jason Randolph rounding out the 8-car field. Maybe 3 laps to go when we get the green. Yeah, they're so sneaky. They sit right there and wait for you. It'd be something if they moved them around a little, pushed them out right off the edge of the grass or some weird stuff like that. Those things just sit right there and wait for you. And regardless of how many times I cover races at this track, someone seems to find those stationary objects. All right, headed down the backstretch. Going to have 3 laps to go when we take the green. Strickler off the point, Brunning in that ever so precious final transfer spot, but he has got Tyson Landis right behind him. They are waiting on the go, and there it is.
Green flag.
Strickler on the gas. Brunning now trying to hold off Landis, and Brunning going to the bottom. Vinny Sansone slides the car in low, brings it off the top side. Not able to do nothing but Landis off the high side, able to sneak the nose past Brunning. The entrance to turn 3, and with 2 laps to go, Tyson Landis in a transfer spot. Got Brunning on the outside looking in, and that car not working off the bottom. Right now it is Strickler and Landis with your top 2 spots, the only 2 that matter. Strickler went to the bottom. He's going to see the white flag this time by in front of the field. Is he going to go back to the top? Yes, he does. Vinny Sansone moving Kevin Click out of the way, trying to get third, but those 2 chasing these 2 right here. Click to the bottom, brings it off turn 4. He's going to win the C-Main, and he's going to bring Tyson Landis into the back of the B with him. Everybody else done for the night. We send our first 7 cars home out of the 360 Wingless Series. So we'll take Strickler and Landis. We'll put them in the back of the B-Main. And we'll take 6 of these guys and move them into our feature race. We're going to put 10 of them out here for this 12-lap B-Main. We're going to see the 112 car of Todd Brandt on the pole with the 59 of Mark Pinsky to his outside. Row 2 inside, Jeremy Zarfus in the 51 with Brandon Igo, the 67 on his outside. Row 3, Rusty Kruger sets on the inside, and on the outside, the 84, that's Billy Rowley. 72 machine, Jeff Stewart inside row 4 with Anthony Marvalio to his right, the 238. And on the back row, out of the C-Main, Brett Strickler inside the 38, and Tyson Landis in row 5 on the outside. The 31 machine, top 6 moving on. The other 4 going home. We'll have our 18 cars once we get through our B main. What was that?
Zarfos asked for an EOL. That was all.
Okay. So Jeremy Zarfos, the 51 machine, going to drop from the inside of a row number 2 to the inside of row number 5. Driver request. Needs to be in the top 6 at the end of it if he's going to make it into the A main tonight, because that is all we're taking. But the next time we come off turn number 4, Todd Brandt and Mark Pinsky going to bring us into the green flag. Good evening, Mr. Thomason. Pace truck on the infield. Brandt, Pinsky bringing us to the green. B main, 12 laps, top 6 moving on. Everybody else getting out of here for the night. Brandt on the throttle, green flag in the air. Pinsky absolutely dead asleep on that start, and that allows Kruger to fly in. There's contact, and up and over Brandon Igo. Brandon Igo not finding any kind of love in this B main. Watch it back here. We'll see what happens to Igo. I don't know how the contact started. He went in, car got a little sideways, and then it looked like maybe Stewart's car flattened off just a bit right there. Kind of moved up the hill, just a little racing incident, innocent contact. But it does end up relegating Mr. Igo to the back, and I don't know how damaged the car is, but it does look like he's going to get to continue. And he is going to jump right in front of Jeffrey Stewart. Put him into the 9th position in this one. Brent, Kruger, Pinsky, Strickler, Rowley, and Landis hanging on to the transfer spots. Marvalijo, Zarfus, Igo, and Stewart trying to find their way in. Hope everybody's enjoying themselves. We are in the B main. We are looking for 6 cars to transfer and join the 12 that have already qualified through and put 18 out here for 35 laps at the dirt track in Charlotte for the Pauken's Custom Tailgate Games 360 Wingless Series with the Dirty Old Bastards. Had some really good racing tonight, the Midget Series. Very fine, fantastic finish to it. Saw Colton Hardy pick the win up there. All right, looks like we might be going back to green here. Todd Brandt, Rusty Kruger. Bring us to the green, and Brandt with a great jump. We'll see if he can maintain that when they go down into 1 and 2. Kruger usually pretty good about closing the gap. And he does off turn number 2. Mark Pinsky right there. Here comes Brett Strickler on the high side. Oh, and Brandt's got it in the fence in turn 2, and he brings it down. Or turn 4, excuse me, and he brings it down, and that messed up Strickler's rhythm a little bit. That allowed Billy Rowley to get around him. Tyson Landis in here transferring through from the C main now into the 3rd spot. Rowley's in for Strickler, hanging on to 5th, and Todd Brandt, your final transfer car. Anthony Marvalijo about a half a straightaway back, but Rusty Kruger out in front of this one. Looking like he may steal the show in the B main. Mark Pinsky under fire, but able to hang on to 2nd from both Landis and Rowley. These 3 putting on a show for us right here in the B main. Rowley to the top side. Pinsky out of shape. That's going to let Strickler get there. Strickler takes a spot. Move Pinsky to 5th, Strickler 4th, Rowley 3rd, Landis 2nd, all chasing Rusty Kruger. And now Strickler out of shape and barely able to hang on to a transfer spot himself right there. 4 laps to go in this one. Strickler going to the high side, trying to keep it in front of Zarfos. Zarfos in the 7th spot, the first car out. Strickler right up by the fence, brushed the wall just briefly. Kruger 1.4 seconds in front of Landis. Landis in 2nd, Rowley 3rd, Pinsky 4th, Brandt in 5th. The green car on the bottom right there. We are watching 5th and 6th. They're going to have 2 to go this time. Those top 6 cars making it into the A. Everybody else heading for the house. Rusty Kruger already in turns 3 and 4. He's going to see the white flag. Landis up to the top, puts it in the fence, able to grab it back. Rowley in third, Penske and Strickler now in fifth. Todd Brandt on the bubble. The last car out, or the first car in, I guess. Rusty Kruger easily winning the B main over Tyson Landis, Billy Rowley, Brett Strickler, Mark Penske, and it looks like Todd Brandt going to hang on and transfer into the A main. Zarfos, Stewart, Marvalijo, and Igo finished for the night. Our 18 car A main field is set. We'll get ready for the warm-up session. Huh, haven't had that on all night long. That kind of sucks. All right, as always, Wingless Wednesdays. You saw the Wicked Energy Gum guys in the midgets a little while ago. You are watching the Wingless 360 Sprint Cars presented by Pauken's Custom Tailgate Games. Drop by on Facebook, Pauken's Custom Tailgate Games. Say hi to Steve. Custom cornhole sets. He'll put just about anything you want on them. You give him a design, he builds them from scratch. Very happy to have them on board as a sponsor for this series. Able to bring it to you for the Dirty Old Bastards on the Dirt Racing Network. Drop by and give all the sponsors you see here on the Dirt Racing Network a little bit of love. It lets them put the fantastic racing that you witness here on for you to enjoy. Can't continue to do that if you guys don't continue to support the sponsors, so do that for everybody that you see. We'll appreciate it greatly. If you like what you're seeing, give us a follow, a like, a share. If you're not on the Facebook live streams somewhere, subscribe to us on YouTube and follow us on Twitch. Jump over onto Facebook. Find us on Facebook, the Dirt Racing Network. Give us a follow. We reach 5,000. We're going to have a pretty good party. Got something special planned for everybody. Going to have a little bit of fun. No telling what could happen. Mr. Peterson and myself planning a little bit of something for everybody. Yeah, I see you made it. You're not out here banging down the fence or making the track wider for us, so I'm a little disappointed. These guys going to wrap up the session. We'll bring you the Raven Graphics starting lineup as soon as they jump the cars out onto the grid. In the field of 18 cars, we will have 5 World Championship Black Stripe Pro drivers in this field. Edens, Heilemann, Thomas, Kruger, and Joe Quinn all in here representing Pro Series drivers on the iRacing platform. It is time for the Raven Graphics starting lineup. On the pole, Casey Kane Sim Racing, Napa Auto Parts, number 49 of the Hulk, David Heilemann. To his outside, Swindell Speed Labs, number 211 of James Edens. Row 2 on the inside, James Tiernan, the Hey Dude, number 210. That's the Dirt Track Terror. On his outside, the CBR, number 317 of Tyler Silva. Row 3 inside, the Mode Media House, number 9 of Justin Thomas. And to his outside, the Andes Frozen Custard, number 94, Todd LeBeau. Row 4 on the inside, the Track Ambassadors, Dirty Old Bastard, Wicked Cushion, number 93 of the Catfish, Chris Robertson. To his outside, one of his teammates, the 27, that's Stephen Hill. Joe Quinn, the Supermoon, number 901, inside row 5 with Peyton Grease in the Browns. Custom paint and body 292 machine. Looks like he's going to take a trip to the back. Mike Keegan was scheduled to start inside row 6, and he does not. But on his outside was scheduled to be the Dirty Old Bastard, Dirt Track Ambassadors, Wicked Cushion, number 77 of Aaron Schaefer. Rusty Kruger going to start the Swindell Speed Labs, number 5 on the inside of row number 7 with Tyson Landis, the Wicked Relief Gun with CDB, number 31. Row 8 on the inside, Team SETI, number 84 of Billy Rowley. And to his outside, another Team SETI Wicked Cushion machine. That's the 38 of Brett Strickler. And on the back row, the next Gen Fab, Team SETI, number 59 of Mark Penske. And Todd Brandt, the 112 to his outside. That is 17 of your 18 cars. Mike Keegan not making the call. We're going to get ready to go green this time off turn number 4. 35 laps are on the board. Heileman's on the gas. He had plenty of company from the top side. James Edens. Don't know if that was an early jump or not, but Edens promptly goes down in and gets turned sideways in front of company. And we're going to have caution on lap 1. Edens got a great jump, went to the high side in turn 1, and that car absolutely turned dead left on him. And he gets turned. Little bit of help. I want to say Tyler Silva caught the push bar on the back of that car. He tried to miss him, it looks like. Just wasn't able to. And Edens probably going to be relegated to the back of this one for this restart. Lap 38 going to be our new white flag. Get around here behind the pace truck one time. See who is shaking out in your top 10, and we'll let you know as soon as we do. But that was exciting on lap 1. Edens timed that start pretty well. Had the lead at the line from the outside. So it's Heileman, Tiernan, Thomas, Silva, LeBeau, your top 5, Roberts, Hill, Quinn, Kruger, and Aaron Schaefer rounding out your top 10. All 18 cars. Whoa, make it 17 cars. Oh, now 18 cars. Mr. Keegan found his way back to the racetrack. 1 lap down right now. He's going to start right there in front of Mr. Edens. That is only because you get an end-of-line penalty for bringing out the caution here. Get a little bit of green flag racing going here where these guys are clicking off some laps. We'll go down and take a couple of in-car rides maybe. Appreciate everybody being here, staying up late with us. Always a pleasure to bring you guys the great racing that happens, especially on Wingless Wednesdays. David Heileman off the point on the throttle. Green flag back in the air. Watching James Tiernan right here on the bottom side. Everybody else going to the top. Justin Thomas, the 9 machine around the high side. You saw Silva put it in the fence. Tiernan almost shut the door on Thomas on the high side, but Thomas, the Harry Peaches move of the feature so far, he just took it right out to the fence, went right around him on the top side, and he's going to hang on to second. This time through 3 and 4, and Tiernan going to bring it up, but Thomas puts it in the fence, brings it back down. He falls to third. You see the front cover missing off of Tyler Silva's car right there. That's exposing that radiator. He's trying to follow Justin Thomas around. He sits in 4th. LeBeau is 5th. Rusty Kruger 6th. Chris Roberts, a catfish on the bottom, running in 7th. Now makes the bid for 6th. Put him ahead of Kruger temporarily. Oh, Kruger contact with the back of LeBeau's car, and that's going to cause him to lose 2 positions. Hill and Roberts getting around him, drop Kruger back to 8th. But at the front, David Heileman running away 1.2 seconds over James Tiernan. Tiernan 0.6 of a second ahead of Justin Thomas. Thomas trying to work the top side. Chris Roberts and Tyler Silva were battling for the 4th spot. You see Roberts on the bottom. He's got it at the line, but Silva, with that damage to the car, able to hang on. And he is going to eke his way out in front of Chris Roberts going into turn 3. 28 laps to go. David Heileman stretching the lead out 1.7 seconds now. Almost 1.8. Tiernan in second. Thomas in third, and the caution. Maybe Joe Quinn? Joe Quinn's car. Oh, got in the back of Todd LeBeau because LeBeau got into what I believe is Aaron Schaefer's car. And that just sent the 901 car for an ugly ride right there. Slow rollover. But nonetheless, he did flip it over. He's going to be our first retiree of the night. Looking like he's going to finish in the 18th position. Caution number 2. Going to make us 41 for the white flag. Heileman, Tiernan, and Thomas still your top 3. Silva, Hill, Kruger, Roberts, Landis, Strickler, and LeBeau rounding out our top 10. Welcome in, David. A main time for the 360 wingless cars presented by Pauken's Custom Tailgate Games. Going to wrap up Wingless Wednesdays for us here tonight. Guys, don't forget about Triple Header Thursday tomorrow night. Dirt Slingers right around the 8 p.m. hour Eastern time. Their 360 Thursday Thunder Series. And then immediately following them, the Dirty Old Bastards Wicked Cushion 410 Outlaw Series for back-to-back shows. Back here again at the dirt track at Charlotte. Wrapping up our week of racing. You're watching show number 6 of 9 right now for the week. We put 9 shows on in 5 days for you. Gonna go back to green. 27 laps to go. One retiree, Joe Quinn, out of the race. Mike Keegan, the only car not on the lead lap. The 16th position, Mark Pinsky. Your final car on the lead lap. Heilemann on the throttle, green flag, back in the air. And Heilemann was enjoying about a 1.8 second lead when the caution fell. Now goes to the bottom. 4 or 5 car lengths at the end of the backstretch, but Justin Thomas working the high side, the 9 car around the top side of the dirt track terror, James Tiernan. Tiernan able to hang on, putting that left front in the grass down there. That car was still plenty of drive off the bottom. Thomas not able to use the momentum line and clear him yet. Now Thomas has the position, putting P2, Tiernan back to third, and Tiernan under fire from Silva off the top side. The 317 machine looking for a little bit of speed up there. Trying to find another podium finish. He brought it home third in the midget race, and way up high, Stephen Hill was in the fence around Rusty Kruger for a second right there. He's able to right the car and hang on to 6th, right behind Kruger in 5th. But now Justin Thomas back to battling with James Tiernan. Tiernan has found a little momentum and a little speed on the bottom. These two starting to battle side by side, and that is allowing David Heilemann to stretch out to 1.3 seconds. Tiernan clears Thomas now, so make Tiernan P2, Thomas P3. Silva and Kruger battling over 4th, and Kruger's got it off the top side. Silva into 5th. Stephen Hill now trying to make a bid to take 5th away from Tyler Silva. He's got it on the entry to 3. I'm wondering if the damage starting to get to the 317 car. He's missing just a little bit of the downforce off that nose cone on the front of that car. Oh, gets in there. Puts a little tap onto the 27 car. These two really starting to rough each other up just a little bit here. Now Hill with about a car length's breathing room. David Heilemann 1.8 seconds in front of James Tiernan, and Tiernan still battling with Thomas. They've swapped positions. Tiernan went to the high side, Thomas down to the inside. Justin Thomas finding a little bit of room down there. Makes the pass at the line, but Tiernan bombs the slide job back into turns 1 and 2, and that does not work out. And he's going to lose another spot. Tiernan falls to Kruger, car way out of shape on the exit of turn 2. 17 laps to go in this one. Heilemann 2.4 seconds out in front of these guys. Drop back and take a look. They are not even on the screen. They are a straightaway behind him. And he has gone to work in the bottom. That car's starting to find some speed down there. Top of 1 and 2, bottom of 3 and 4. Justin Thomas around the bottom in 1 and 2. Rusty Kruger making tracks on the top, starting to close in just a little bit. Thomas doing the exact opposite of what Heilemann did last lap. He is staying up on the top side. Heilemann, doesn't matter where he's running, he is stretching out a couple of tenths every lap. He is up to 2.8 seconds now. 2.866 off of turn number 4. Thomas and Kruger back here starting to become a little bit closer. Kruger's got it down to 0.4 of a second. James Tiernan 0.6 behind that. Tyler Silva in 5th. Stephen Hill, James Edens. You saw Silva take it into the fence. Now Silva going to drop way back to the 9th spot. So Edens is 6th. Rowley is 7th. Landis is 8th. Silva 9th. Chris Roberts in the 10th spot. Grease, Brandt, LeBeau, Strickler, Schaefer, and Keeger rounding out the field. 3 seconds at the front. This guy, Justin Thomas, the 9 car, trying to chase down David Heileman and not making up an inch of ground. He himself being chased down from behind. Rusty Kruger on the high side. Closing the gap, and he's going to have it down to about just at 3/10. Shaved off a 10th in the last couple of laps. David Heileman still getting a 10th or two every lap. He's out to 3.5 seconds. We're going to be at 10 to go this time by Kruger. Airmails it into turn 3, takes it all the way to the fence, and leaves the easy crossover for Thomas. Kruger drove that thing all the way to the center of turns 3 and 4 before he even thought about lifting. 4 seconds for Heileman. They are at 10 to go the last time, 9 to go right here. Thomas and Kruger, best battle on the track right now. This is for second and third, rounding out our podium. Down the backstretch into 3 and 4. You see him throwing the mud out of the track. Kruger off the top side enjoys the second position for now. But they are 4.5 seconds back. Still giving chase to Heileman. Heileman basically walking the dog on these guys tonight. But this, the battle to be watching. Second and third, Rusty Kruger, Justin Thomas. Trading positions almost every single lap and absolutely trading slide jobs every other corner. 6 to go off a turn 4 for David Heileman, and Heileman looks like he's starting to get into some traffic. He's gotten around Aaron Schaefer. First car he laps on the track at speed. 4 to go. 5 to go that time. 5 to go, excuse me, miscount. Going to watch our leader. He is getting into traffic. Justin Thomas and Rusty Kruger seem to be settling their battle here momentarily. As soon as I say that, Kruger finds a little speed on the top side, but Heileman getting into traffic. He's going to be right on the back of Todd LeBeau. 4 to go. Brett Strickler right in front of that. These guys working through the middle. Heileman able to work the top. Now LeBeau moves up to the top side with Heileman. That's going to cause the Hulk to have to change lines. 3 to go at the line, and he puts Todd LeBeau a lap down. Goes right to the bottom of the track. 4.9 seconds ahead of second place. He can afford to move around a little bit as long as he doesn't get held up by these guys. Heileman seeing the 2 to go signal from the flag man right there. 2 to go around here, looking at the back of Todd Brandt. Brandt on the inside. The Hulk up to the top side. Your leader lapping cars right here. Is he going to get Strickler before it's over? He's going to catch the white flag, and we're going to race this one out. Justin Thomas now has cleared Rusty Kruger by about 2/10. We're watching our leader work traffic down the backstretch for the final time into 3 and 4. David, the Hulk Heileman right up to the back end of the 38. He's going to see the checks. He wins it. Justin Thomas is going to hang on to second. And Rusty Kruger going to pick up third.
All right, man. Caution is out. Caution is out.
Have the top 3 take an extra lap or 2 while the rest of the guys clear, please. Good run up front. A long run, long green run at the end there. 2 quick cautions, and then everybody else. Okay, so these 3, I don't know where Mr. Thomas is going. Went around for another lap. Gonna mess up my finishing order, so we're not going to be able to use those. But we will get down here and we will look at these guys.
You good, Roger?
No, not particularly, but I'll make do.
What was that?
Not particularly, but we'll make do. Rusty Kruger, you got a copy?
Okay.
Yes, sir. You actually got me on the front stretch this time?
I do. I got you on the front stretch. I got you sitting there in between Mr. Heileman and Mr. Thomas. But a third place
We'll
finish
blame
for you.
JT on that one.
Yeah, I would too. I'd let him know about it post haste if I were you. But you come home third. Pretty good long run at the end there. You guys put on a heck of a show. You and Justin battling back and forth lap after lap, man. Talk to us about the race and your third place finish here tonight.
Oh, yeah. Well, you know, so night, qualified like garbage. This outside of my capabilities. Like, I pride myself in like being one of the very few that has a handle with a non-wing car, and qualifying didn't go so good. Race had a bit of connectivity problems that dropped me back to 6. But being main, we got ourselves back together, and the feature just
All right, man.
more room than I was
Like you back
expecting.
on the pace
More
car. We're
lines.
not going green this time.
I say.
Yeah, just a whole lot of close, good, clean racing. I mean, you guys battled really hard there. You and Justin never touched each other. Trading sliders, working different lines. Where was the grip really at there towards the end?
I felt most comfortable absolutely pounding the wall down, kind of like the midgets were doing earlier. But looked like there's a bit of moisture on the bottom that Justin was able to grab, that be able to hang with me. And unfortunately, that lap traffic kind of put a dent in that good battle. We're trying to give a show for the fans, but decent points night. Gotta thank the guys at Jake Swanson's Shock Technology had the virtual CSIs absolutely dialed in, and James Ian's with the hot setup. Try and get him again next week.
All right, man. Well, you started going down the list of the sponsors. We'll let you finish up with that. Shout out to any of the fans, and congratulations on a third place finish. Let you go celebrate.
Sounds good. Have a good one.
All right, thanks, Rusty. All right, let's get him in here. He decided to park his car out of position, but we're going to forgive him that. Justin Thomas, you got a copy.
Yep, I got you.
All right, man. Well, a hell of a battle between you and Rusty there. Talk to us about all of that and your second place finish tonight, man.
Well, it was kind of interesting. That race with Rusty was probably one of the most fun races that I've had in the just on iRacing in general. Rusty's a good guy. He's a buddy. It's fun to get out there and race against each other. I had to search around because I was getting really loose up top and David was running away. So I'm like, man, I got to figure out something else to do. And then Rusty got by me, and then I was like, oh, I'll just try the middle. And the middle was really good there for me at the end. So I just kind of my throttle control and just made sure I kept the tires underneath me, and I got back Rusty. So, I mean, it was a great race.
Yeah, you guys started to work into lap traffic, and I think that ended up being the deciding factor in securing you into the second position. How interesting does it make it when you're battling somebody like that, and then you got to start worrying about how you're going to pick your way through lap traffic knowing that he's coming at you.
Yeah, you just got to not look your hood pins, man. You just got to be aware of all the cars around you. I knew that it was going to put us 3 wide, so I tried to give us all enough room to try and get through there, but at the same time not try to secede spot to Rusty. So, I mean, he probably, he had a really good shot at getting me there if he wasn't there, but at the same time, I have a few tricks up my sleeves too to try and get back by him. So, I mean, that's part of racing. You see it every Friday and Saturday at your local track. It's no different, man. You just gotta, eyes forward and not wreck yourself, pretty much.
All right, man. Well, you got some sponsors to give a shout out to, maybe some fans, and we'll let you get off of here and get to celebrating, bud.
Yeah, I really want to thank Mode Media House, Mode Motorsports. They've been a huge support for me throughout the last 2 seasons. In the pro endeavor and all of these side races and money races, and and it's this league is such a great tool for all of us to use. Chris and these guys just put on a whale of a league, and we're lucky to have this, because there's no other league I'd rather run, on a regular basis than with DOB, and I just want to thank them again. I can't thank them enough. They've been a huge supporter of mine. So, and thanks everybody for watching us.
All right, man. Well, congrats on the second place finish. We look forward to seeing you again in the near future, bud.
Thank you.
Second place finisher, Justin Thomas. And it's been a little while, but we're going to get the Hulk in here. David, you got a copy?
10-4.
It has been just a minute since we got to see you on the top of the podium. So, Matt, talk to us about that awesome run right there, working the traffic at the end and bringing home the victory tonight, bud.
Yeah, the track was pretty cool. Seemed like early on there was about 3 lanes. I think we had one caution, maybe 2 cautions, but yeah, bottom was pretty good, and then it went to the top. I think it was like just loose dirt, completely covered the whole racetrack, and I really didn't know where to run then, and I wasn't much faster than the lap traffic I was racing against, but I didn't see anyone else coming, but it was like a weird, interesting race.
Yeah, it looked like guys were finding a little bit of grip here, a little bit of grip there, and it looked like really there was just a ton of those marbles kind of floating around and moving all over the track. When you get to the lap traffic and all of that is going on and you're trying to find the grip, I mean, how patient were you trying to find your way through those guys? How much tiptoeing did you have to do?
Yeah, it was pretty much all of them even in front of me. They looked like they had pretty good control of their cars, so I honestly I didn't have to worry about them as much as as maybe normally in lap traffic. So I just kind of was able to just focus on what I was doing and making sure that I was able to keep my car straight.
All right, man. Well, I'm sure you got some sponsors you want to give a shout out to, maybe some fans on the stream, and then we'll let you celebrate a well-earned victory, sir.
Yep, KKR Sim Team, Nap Auto Parts, Wicked Energy Gum, Wicked Cushion, Pauken's Custom Tailgates for coming on this series, Chris Roberts for putting it on every week, and Dirt Racing Network for broadcasting it to all the Island Maniacs out there.
All right, David, thanks for taking the time. Look forward to seeing you in Victory Lane again real soon, bud.
Yep.
All right, guys, that is going to do it for us. Heileman wins it. Justin Thomas comes home second. Rusty Kruger in third. We are going to wrap up Wingless Wednesdays right there with that. Great night of racing. These guys had a fantastic run at the end. That was a lot of fun to watch. I hope everybody enjoyed it. Don't forget to tune in tomorrow night. Triple header Thursday, the Dirt Slingers at 8 Eastern, and then immediately after them, we will join the Dirty Old Bastards 410 Outlaw Series right back here at the dirt track at Charlotte. I know the Dirt Slingers are at Eldora. So tune in for all of that, guys. Thanks for being with me tonight. For myself, Mike and Jeff Peterson, as always, keep it dirty, and we'll see you next time. Good night, everybody.